All right, hello everyone, it's silverkyle, and today we're going to be going over everything that I picked up in the month of August 2023. Also, hello again. It's been a while since my last video. This summer has just been so crazy, but I will be doing a channel update for this week to kind of go over everything I have planned for the next little while. So there's more stuff coming, but in the meantime, let's go over everything I picked up in the month of August, because we've got quite a few omnibus here that I didn't get a chance to do an overview for, that I will be hopefully doing at least some of these. I only got to do one overview in August, and that's sad. I should have had time. But anyway, I haven't even broken the seal for a lot of these here. So we've got the Avengers Omnibus reprint of Volume 2. This is something that, I've been looking forward to the reprints of the Avengers ever since I got into the Omnibus game. I pretty much found out about them right after Infinity War, and I wanted to get the Avengers because that's what tied into the movies so much, and to me it just seemed like a good starting point. But volumes 1 and 2 were out of print, so I was like, okay, start with Fantastic Four Volume 1 because it was out at the time. Went with that, but I've been looking forward to this for 5 years, so very happy that I can finally start diving into some Avengers stuff. I'm going to put this on my lap because there's no room here. One that I've potentially... top three most anticipated omnibus right here is the Green Lantern Corps Omnibus by Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason. This, to me, is the holy grail of DC Omnibus this year, other than maybe the Batman animated series, because I absolutely love the Jeff Johns run of Green Lantern, and this ties into that. There's some issues that do cross over within that the Green Lantern Omnibus from Jeff Johns, but this, to me, I can't wait to dive into this, because this is something that I never cared for Green Lantern until I read that Jeff Johns, and I'm still not even done that entire series. I have the first 2 volumes of Blackest Night done. I still need to read Brightest Day and Volume 3, and now Green Lantern Corps. So very, very, very happy that I have this. And now the only omnibus that I got a chance to do an overview for, but this was another one that I've been looking forward to, and this thing is just gigantic. That is the Immortal Hulk omnibus. I think that a lot of people were looking forward to this as well. I think Green Lantern Corps as well, a lot of people were looking forward to, for those that have read the Jeff Johns run. But this is the entire run of Immortal Hulk, and it's been like, I absolutely loved it. I started collecting the singles, and then I started getting the hardcover volumes that they had, the oversized hardcovers, and loved it. And now we have it all in omnibus format. Like, I'm in love. This is, and the other thing too, if I remember correctly, like the eye for this is absolutely insane considering the size of it. That's wild. Well done, Marvel. I mean, this was still, the paper quality is not the greatest, but the build. So I don't know which way I'd rather go. And then the final omnibus that I have here that I that's another one that I think I've been looking forward to, is the Batman Detective Comics by Peter J. Tomasi Omnibus. This is a very recent run, and the only thing that I was looking at this that I wish that they would have included it, because I think that they only have parts of issue 1000. We'll talk about it in the overview, but I picked this up as well. And now we've just got a few books here. Let's go with this one first because it's kind of more normal. We've got None of This Is True, and I don't even remember really what this is about. Probably some mystery novel by Lisa Jewell, and I've heard numerous things about her before. It's really fun to kind of have, like, I know Lucy Foley, and I think Lucy Foley recently, or is it the other way around? Lisa Jewell. Okay, so I just recently picked up in July Everyone Here Is Lying by Shara Lapina, and she has something from Lisa Jewell. Now we have Lisa Jewell and we have Lucy Foley saying something about her, and I'm pretty sure that Lucy Foley has something. That's the guest list. I can see it right there, but there's a bunch of books. Anyway, it's just, I'm very much looking forward to this. This should be a pretty good book. I don't actually know. So this was a July book. I think this is going to be the next one that I read in terms of mystery novels. I'm going to do, yeah. We're going to have to create a list of that for September. And I got another 2 books, and this has a little bit to do with the channel update, a hint of what I'm going to be talking about in the channel update. Because I've gotten back into wrestling quite a bit, and I wanted to get some books. So one of them is The Death of the Territories by Tim Hornbaker. So if you know about the territories, and if you know about wrestling pre-Vince McMahon, essentially in the WWF and then in the 80s, Vince expanded everything. Vince McMahon Jr. expanded everything and turned the territory system into a national show of wrestling, where he started picking out all his favorites or all the big names from all the territories, and essentially killed the territories because they couldn't recuperate. They couldn't fight against a national company. And that's going to be really interesting. So I'm very much looking forward to this. I've heard that this is an excellent book by Tim Hornbaker, from numerous people that have read it. I mean, right on the top, whether you like him or dislike him, Jim Cornette is praising it here. And Jim Cornette is whether you like or dislike his views on current wrestling, the mind that he has for history is absolutely fantastic. And Dave Meltzer is another one. I don't know if Meltzer has talked about anything here, but Dave Meltzer, whether you like or dislike his current views, he's also a very big historian. So some positive things there. And then the last book that I got, and this one isn't massive. It's fairly small here, just to give you an idea. So this is The Death of the Territories, and then I also picked up The Death of WCW. So then afterwards, we've got The Death of WCW, and this is by Brian Alvarez, who does work with Dave Meltzer for, what is it, the Wrestling Observer. So that's apparently a pretty good read. I've always enjoyed WCW. Back in the day in the 90s, I was a WCW kid. That's for whatever, whoever had Hulk Hogan back in the day, that's who I was cheering for, essentially. And it's so weird because I used to look at Steve Austin as the enemy. I was a kid. I was a teenager. I was 12 in 98 when kind of that big war kind of happened. So I always saw Steve Austin as the enemy. And now I love Steve Austin. He's absolutely fantastic. Hogan has nostalgia for me, but not so much. He's done certain things in the business that are interesting, and I still like him. But Steve Austin, by many metrics, is superior than Hogan. Anyway, that's something that we can talk about in the future. But that's everything I picked up in the month of August 2023. Let me know in the comments below what you ended up picking up this past month. And more videos incoming soon. So thank you all for watching. You have been bearded in. Beardage.